What's up guys, Michael here, coming to you with another video. In this one we're unboxing DJI Mini 3 Pro, the latest and greatest from DJI. Now we're going to be seeing what's inside the box. This model is actually the one with the RC controller versus the standard controller. So we're going to also be comparing it quickly to DJI Air 2S, the big brother. And we're gonna see what are the kind of specs, what's the best about this drone, and what I'm looking forward in terms of the features. So let's get started. So let me just quickly unbox this bad boy, and there's a couple of things to talk about. The first one is weight. So as you can see here, 249 grams. This is insane what DJI managed to pack into such small drone. In comparison, the DJI Air 2S is around 600 grams, I believe. So much bigger, and there's one big benefit to having 249 grams of a drone. What is it? Well, in European Union, probably in US too, if you have such a drone, you're actually operating under category A, which means that you can actually fly above uninvolved objects or people. So that's super handy. In comparison with DJI Air 2S, you actually are under A2 category, in which case you cannot fly above people and you have to be around 30 meters, I believe, from the uninvolved person or people. So you can actually fly it in city center above people or near the street, and there's not going to be any risk involved. Now, disclaimer, you still need to be licensed drone operator, so you have to get a license. And we have the drone. Wow, it's tiny. It's just tiny, okay? This is actually crazy how tiny it is. Wow, it feels like a toy. Wow, it is packed. It's super light. Honestly, have a look. That's my hand. Just super tiny. Super tiny. Now, what's kind of cool about this drone as well is the legs, or the blades, however you want to call them, the legs. You can open them up or close them in any order, okay? So whether you open the rear first or you close the front ones first, it doesn't matter, which is super handy. Compared to Air 2S, you actually have to close the rear legs first and then you close the front. So sometimes it's confusing, and here there's no such problem. So let's kind of quickly compare the size of these two. Look at that. Yeah, that's tiny. That's literally super tiny. Pretty cool drones, nevertheless. I mean, I love Air 2S, okay? So I'm a little bit biased. But let's have a look. There is a guard for the camera. Pretty cool. And just have to be super careful when taking that guard, because there is some sponge. Obviously it says remove before use. It's a lot of kind of a tape. That gimbal, I'm sure it's super fragile, so have to be careful. And we also see the front obstacle sensors, the rear kind of obstacle sensors. That's super handy. Also, straight away at the back you can see the slot for SD card, so it's not covered by any kind of waterproof cover that you have in DJI Air 2S. Yeah, it's super simplistic, and it's honestly super lightweight, okay? It feels like it's empty inside. Also, very interesting thing, the blades are already mounted on the drone, so you can pretty much just take off by just plugging the battery, and they are very loose. They are just kind of like all over the place. It's a little bit different with Air 2S, okay? This is all loose. Anyway, beautiful design. I'm just gonna put it in front here. That's the guard. We're just gonna take that cover and we see that beautiful, wow, well, that's a huge RC. That's actually insane. That's a bulky. Honestly, this is heavier than the drone itself. Yeah, like twice. beautiful design. What can I tell? It's solid, okay? It looks quality and it feels quality. So now antennas actually in front here, as opposite to DJI Air 2S, where you have to slide out the antennas for the, obviously for the mobile. So that's a little bit different. Size-wise, they're very similar in size. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, weight very similar, not much difference. So tiny screws, I can honestly see this being broken in some accident. But anyway, what do we have here? So we have a cine mode, normal mode, sport mode, kind of landing, starting, power on, power off, half a battery from the box, start recording, taking pictures, and there are some custom buttons at the bottom, so this is pretty nice. In the original RC you just have one custom button. Here you have two and they are placed in a really nice way, so pretty happy with it. Now the screen itself, I'm just gonna try to turn it on. We're gonna let the screen on. In the meantime, I'm just checking what's there. Let's put that box. And what do we have here? Instructions, probably charging, so USB Type-C to USB Type-C. Obviously, due to the size of the drone, you actually have to screw and unscrew the blades, okay? With DJI Air 2S, you have this very simple kind of a mounting system and unmounting of the whole blade, so totally different. Also the size, as you can tell, much smaller blades, which makes sense. And I would imagine the whole system for mounting the Air 2S blades would just make it heavier for the drone. Okay, so the screen, I can already tell that the brightness is pretty nice. Except the original blades, you also have another pair of blades, nicely packed. Honestly, if you're not gonna damage the blades, so I don't think it's gonna be necessary to change the blades. Screwdriver, charger, and that's it. The box is empty. Let's have a look at the drone in detail. So here at the bottom, we also have the sensors, obstacle avoidance from the ground up. We also have the battery slot. Now, this is my first time trying to open this. It's crazy because I've just realized the battery's been already in the drone, so this is super lightweight. Honestly, super lightweight. Also, I've noticed there's no charger, so with the Air 2S you have a separate charger, and with the combo you also have extra batteries and extra charger, and that's also possible with a combo version of the Mini 3 Pro. The drone is capable of recording obviously 4K in HDR and loads of different specs, which I'm gonna list here on the side. Pretty amazing design, guys. Obviously the drone is capable of recording in 4K at 30 and 60 frames per second. It has a smaller sensor than DJI Air 2S, so I expect the quality of footage may be a little bit lower. Obviously, I believe that the drone is capable of recording and delivering a footage that would be easily sellable to a real estate agency or a car dealership. It's just basically depending on the drone operator's skills in terms of what kind of footage you can record with that. The RC controller, I think it feels amazing. I appreciate that big screen and there's no need for your mobile phone to be there, especially if you're maybe low on battery on your phone, so you can use it for other things. But I believe that this controller will solve a lot of problems during the bright days. It has actually micro SD as well, so you can record like a preview or backup footage onto the RC controller itself, so that's pretty handy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel, helps it a lot. Also, leave a comment down below if you're considering purchasing Mini 3 Pro. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.